Hey everybody, and happy hashtag Monday. I don't even know why I hashtagged that. I haven't hashtagged in a while. I used to go hashtag Monday, hashtag Terrific Tuesday. Anyway, happy Monday. If you still, obviously my morning coffee has not kicked in yet. If you still have your morning coffee, please kindly enjoy it with me. Now on to the hashtags. If you're coming on live, please do say hi and where you are tuning in from, or hashtag live. If you're watching on the replay, please type in hashtag replay so I do know to go back and say hello. So drop into the comments below your name, where you're tuning in from, if you're live or on the replay. Also, please feel free to tag some people that you feel could benefit from this knowledge. And also share this into a private community, a group, anything that you have that you know could benefit other people. And in addition to that, to make sure that you are notified when I do go live, which is every Tuesday, Monday, and Thursday from between 10 and 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, make sure that you do engage, like, comment, love, something. So the platform that you are watching on obviously notices that you're taking an interest, and you will be notified when I do go live. Hey, Jen, good to see you jumping on. And what I wanted to go over today is it's 6 different things, but broken down into 3 categories. The 3 things that people are spending too much time focusing on LinkedIn. And then 3 things that they're not spending enough time on LinkedIn, that they should be spending more time on LinkedIn. Now, before I go ahead and dive into this, again, please do comment in the comments below. Say hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live. Also, don't forget, a week from tonight, Nancy and I are starting our first 3-day free simple content creation workshop. Completely free. We have over 350 people already registered. If you would like to register, just drop an I do in the comments below. It is next Monday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live and recorded. Tuesday, 8 to 9:30 p.m. EST, live and recorded. And Wednesday from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live and recorded. So if you're in a different time zone, you register, you will be emailed the recording, or it will be in the private Facebook community we've created so you can watch it back. We're going to be teaching you about content buckets, pillar content, streamlining your content, creating your content, and then obviously being omnipresent and repurposing that content in multiple forms. So as Ferlin has done, just drop an I do if you would like to register. Hey, Nancy, good to see you jumping on. Mark, good to see you jumping on as well. So again, if you would like to register, as Ferlin has done, just drop an I do at any point during this training, and we will send you that registration link because you have a week left to do so. Now, on to today's training. Now, this is opinion-based, but also fact-based. Meaning, I've seen over the years what people are focusing on and what they're getting attached to. And Nancy, I will send that out, not a problem. And it's great. We got Collegeville, PA. We got Malaysia. We have Niagara Falls in Ontario. So it's nice to see the international base that we have on here this morning. I love seeing that. So there's a lot of things that I feel people are spending too much time on through conversations I've had with people, but also what they're not spending enough time on. So first, I wanted to go over the 3 things that people are spending too much time and too much energy on in regards to LinkedIn, and why. And then I'm going to finish with the 3 things that you should be focusing more time than you already are right now. Or if you're not spending any time on these, you need to get started right away. Now, so here are the 3 things that people are spending too much time focusing on LinkedIn. So number 1 are the vanity metrics. Now, what are the vanity metrics? The vanity metrics are all of the amount of likes, comments, shares, people engaging or not engaging, how many views are my videos getting, how many views are my posts getting. What I can tell you is that if you are too focused on the likes, the comments, all of those things, it is going to create a severe addiction to your own self-worth being placed on other people responding to the content that you produce and giving you that dopamine fix that you are worthy. Meaning, your self-worth then becomes solely based on the thoughts and opinions of others with the content that you're producing on LinkedIn. So if no one engages in your video, if no one likes your post, if no one votes in your poll, you start having this negative chatter. I suck. I'm not good. No one cares about what I'm doing. Why am I even in business? I should stop doing this altogether. So you start having these negative thoughts that are completely attributed to some addiction that we now have with these vanity metrics, because there's so many people out there that are feeding us false information or narratives that basically say, listen, if no one's engaging in your stuff, it stinks. You know, you got to join engagement pods or have some sort of mutual agreement with 6, 7, 8, or 9 people, and we're all going to like and comment on each other's stuff to give the image that everything that we produce is of high value. Now, I have a fairly large following on LinkedIn, close to 28,000 followers. There's content that I put out there that gets really good engagement. And there's content that I put out there that I feel is great, and it falls flat on its face. And you know what? I could care less, because I'm going to be that person that's going to continue to move forward and continue to produce content no matter what other people think. What people fail to understand is you can't control what the social media platforms choose to show your network. So you could have the best post in the world. Like this content right here, I don't know how many people LinkedIn is showing this live stream to. I know how many people may be watching, but I can't control what LinkedIn does to choose to show this to. So I'm honored and grateful for every single person that stops by to engage in this video, but there's LinkedIn Lives where I'm talking to no one. No one's on. Have I stopped doing LinkedIn Lives? No, because the vanity metrics are just that. They're vanity. They're made up. I've disassociated myself from the addictive properties that social media then puts on us, that your self-worth is solely based on how many people like, comment, and engage. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. So make sure that you stop focusing on the vanity metrics. They don't matter. Whoever's telling you they do, they're just wanting you to feed into this system of using social media that our self-worth is based on how many people engage with us. So that's the first thing that we should not be focusing on in regards to LinkedIn. The second thing that we should not be focusing on is mass connecting. Mass connecting. Rania says yes. Nancy says yes. Love it. So mass connecting is number 2. Now, what do I mean by this? So I think everyone knows at this point, maybe you don't, you're only allowed to send out 100 connection requests a week. So Monday through Sunday, we're only allowed to send, and this is whether you have the paid version of LinkedIn, the free version of LinkedIn, we're only allowed to send 100 connection requests per week. What I mean by mass connecting is literally putting a blindfold on and just connecting with anyone and everyone. People are putting less and less thought behind who they're actually connecting with. They only care about getting more connections. They don't care about the quality of the connections they have. They don't care about the connection organically that they should have with that person prior to becoming connected. They're just more focused on padding their numbers, seeing their numbers increase. But if you're not focusing on connecting with the right people, they're not going to respond to your message, nor are they going to engage in any of your content anyway, because it's of no relevance to them. So the people that are on LinkedIn that are looking to just mass connect and mass message and trying to pitch and sell, and I get these every single day, and it's amazing to me that people are still doing it. And comment below if you're getting these types of messages. Are you getting the messages that are trying to pitch and sell you, about some digital marketing agency or, free trials of this and free trials of that? Are you getting those connection requests with the notes added where they're pitching and selling you in there too? Like again, it's amazing to me that people really feel that that's what works in regards to how to connect with people. You should not be mass connecting. You should be specifically and genuinely connecting with people. Because again, you have to niche down. You can't serve everybody. You have to build a network that is the mirror image of the people that you want to serve. So, Jen says she gets them daily. Rania says, as I do as well. And Nancy says, yes, especially on Instagram. Yeah, all the time on Instagram. It's crazy. So really focus on strategic connecting. And, Ranya's in a mastermind that my wife and I have, and we talk about niching down, getting clear on your avatar, on the person that is best suited for what you teach and what you do. So when you have that clarity, it's going to allow you to be more progressive and focused when you're leveraging LinkedIn. So again, the first two things is stop focusing on the vanity metrics. They don't matter. And stop mass connecting. Get very clear. So if this has made sense so far, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. If you've come on late, please do say hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you are coming in on the replay. Tag some people, share this video, engage, like, love, incite, whatever you would like, whatever emojicon that LinkedIn provides you. But also, if you would like to register for our free 3-day simple content creation workshop that's happening next week, Monday through Wednesday, live and recorded, just drop an I do in the comments below and we will send you that registration link. Now, the third and final thing is you want to stop mass engaging. Mass engaging. So what does mass engaging mean? So there are a ton of people, and I remember I spoke to an old client of mine, and she took another LinkedIn course. And the person that she took this course from, and Jen, I will absolutely send that out to you, not a problem whatsoever. So this client who ended up working with me after, she goes, it's just so refreshing going through your system, because the other system that I was working through with this other person, they had me engaging with people for 60 to 90 minutes a day. And I said, whoa, hold up. I said, are you meaning to tell me that this person was instructing you to engage in other people's commentary and content for up to an hour and a half every day? And they said, yes. And I said, what was the reason? And she goes, well, you become more visible and you're giving the person the idea that you're interested in what they're doing. And I said, giving people the idea that you're interested. So I said it's the old bait and switch, meaning you engage with these people, you pretend that you're really enjoying their content, you're enjoying what they're doing, so you comment on all their stuff all the time, and then you go in for the kill and try to pitch and sell them. Well, that doesn't work. If anyone read my newsletter from last week, it's called LinkedIn Tips and Updates. You can subscribe to it on LinkedIn. You can just go to my LinkedIn profile in my featured content section. You'll see it right there. Or if you saw my LinkedIn Live from last Thursday, I went over something called my 20-minute routine. And part of my 20-minute a day routine is finding just two people within my network that have produced some value-added content, and I engage with them. So I'm only spending a few minutes. I find, say Jen posts something that I really like on leadership. I'll like and I'll comment. I'll say, Jen, totally agree with your point here on leadership. Leadership is something that is too undervalued and needs to be, put out there more on the forefront of what people are doing and in business and in life. Thank you so much for sharing this. So I didn't just say, hey, great post. I actually added some commentary to it. Same thing. Nancy could put something out there about mindfulness or self-worth or self-care. And I'll like and I'll comment. I'll be like, totally agree. I love that. Self-care is the best care. Here's how I practice self-care. What do you do? So again, I'm adding relevant commentary to it. You don't just want to go in and mass engage with people for an hour to an hour and a half a day. That is wasting your time. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat box. If you've come on late, hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you are on the replay. Share this video, tag some people. Don't forget to engage, like, love, support, insightful, whatever you would like. And if you still would like to register for our free 3-day simple content creation workshop next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, just do as Jen did and just drop an I do in the comments below. So again, before we get to the 3 things you should do in review, the 3 things that you should stop focusing on LinkedIn. Number 1, stop focusing on the vanity metrics. They don't matter. They're invisible. Imagine if there was no like button, would you still put that kind of weight on that information? 2, stop the mass connecting. Be specific and clear with who you're connecting with, and stop the mass engaging. It's not going to bring you any closer to growing your business if you're not doing the genuine and authentic engagement. So, again, Sarah, good to see you coming on. That is a name from the past. So good to see you, my friend. Now, let's talk about the 3 things that you need to focus more time on. So again, if all this has made sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat box just to make sure everybody is with me. So Nancy says yes. Rania says yes. Sarah, I think that might be in a different language, but I'm going to assume that means hello or yes. I'm not sure, but you can let me know. Now, here's the thing. There are 3 things that we should continue to focus on every single day, or focus more time on. The first thing we should always focus on is producing value-added content. Now, you don't have to do this daily. Again, if you read my newsletter from last week, 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now, you can go up to 5 days a week. I produce content actually 6 days a week. So what I do is Monday I do a live, Tuesday I do a long form post, Wednesday I do a poll, Friday or Thursday I do another live, Friday I do a newsletter, Saturday I do another poll, Sunday nothing. Now that's me. You could work up to that, but what I suggest in the beginning is focusing on 3 days a week producing value-added content. You want to build the know, like, and trust. You want to be the authoritative figure in your space. You want to be that go-to person where people are saying, now this person knows what they're doing. I want to talk to them more. So every time you're producing a piece of content, whether it's a video, native or live, whether it's a post, whether it's a newsletter, whether it's an article, a discussion in a group, a poll, whatever it is, make sure it's value added. Make sure you're thinking, okay, if this lands on the eyes of my ideal client avatar or the person that I want to help the most, if I read this piece of content, would I find significant value in it? Would it resonate with me? Would it really strike a chord? Or would it fall on deaf ears? That is what I want you to think about. So as you're producing your content, put yourselves in the shoes of the person that is struggling in what they're doing and how you can help them. Think about the holes and the gaps and the missteps that your ideal clients are working through right now, where you can produce that piece of content that's going to fill that void. It's going to fill that need or that gap or that hole, where you're now put in that light. You have that light shining on you as, man, Sarah's the expert. Ranya's the expert. Nancy and Jen, they're the experts. They're going to come to you more. You need to give people a reason to come back to you more often. You need to give people a reason to look at more content that you're producing or read more content that you're producing. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. So the first thing that you should focus more time, energy, and effort on LinkedIn is producing value-added content. That is number one. The second thing that you need to be focused on. So now you have the idea that, okay, I'm going to be producing value-added content. The second thing that you need to be focusing on is building a thriving network. Build a thriving network. So good to see Sarah says yes. Awesome. Nancy says yes. Rania says yes. The second thing you're going to do is build a thriving network. So what do you mean building a thriving network? So there's two types of connections that you want to have on LinkedIn. Ideal clients or customers, business partners, and power partners. People that can refer people to you. You can collaborate or create something with. Someone that plays as the middle person between you and that ideal client. The way that you expand your network is focusing on the quality people over the quantity of people. So as we talked about in the 3 things to not focus on, we don't want to focus on mass connecting. We want to focus on thrive connecting, meaning being specific, particular, and clear on the people that we're actually connecting with. We don't want to connect with just anyone and everyone. If you can sit down and write down on a piece of paper with what you do as a professional, the services that you provide, the coaching or programs that you have, the solutions of how you help people, and then on the opposite side of that piece of paper, you write down what are the professional industries or job titles of the people that I could best serve with how I help people. That is going to give you a clear and specific path of who you should be connecting with. That is going to tell you, these are the people that I need to connect with. These are the people I should be searching for and then connecting to. Because if you don't build a thriving network, guess what? People that accept your connection, they're not going to respond to your message, and they're definitely not going to respond to the content that you put out there. The idea is to start with building an ideal network where there's there's some synergy there even before you talk to the person, so that when you do message them, there's a greater chance and opportunity for them to respond, yes, let's talk. And then as you're building the relationship with them and they're starting to see some of the value added content that you've already been producing, it's going to allow you to attract more people into your network. It's all connected. It's all connected. It all starts with connecting with the right people, which means if you're connecting to the right people, you're going to have a greater acceptance rate. You're going to have a greater acceptance rate. Thank you, Vanessa. And you are amazing too. Build relationships. Yes. So when you're connecting with the right people, it's going to raise the chances of that person accepting, which means when you do message that person, there's going to be a greater chance they're going to respond back that they want to get on a call or a Zoom with you, and you can build the relationship from there. But even if they don't respond, even if they don't need what you have to offer or want what you have to offer at that time, now that you're producing value-added commentary and content, it's going to build the relationship even more. So it's all interconnected. Building your thriving network increases your network because a greater amount of people are going to accept, which means you're going to have a greater response rate to the messages because it's the right people, and you're going to have more people organically engaging in your content because they see value in what you're bringing to the marketplace. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. If you've come on late, hi in where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you are watching on the replay. Please share this video, tag some people. And again, if you have not yet registered for our free 3-day simple content creation workshop, where we teach you how to work smarter and not harder, repurposing content, pillar pieces of content, content buckets, and content creation, drop an I do in the comments below, and we will get you that registration link. So Nancy says, yes, awesome, love seeing that. Now, so we've gone over, and just to review, just to kind of, start to create some brain tattoos before we finish the last one. Stop focusing on the vanity metrics. Stop focusing on the mass connecting. Stop focusing on the mass engaging. Start focusing more on producing value-added content. Start focusing even more on building that thriving network, but also third and final, focus more on market research. What I can tell you straight up, this is probably the most underutilized aspect of LinkedIn. Now, where does the market research come from? The market research comes from doing LinkedIn polls. Now, if you currently do LinkedIn polls, or you have, type in I have. If you haven't, type I have not. So I just want to take a temperature for the people that are on here live and potentially on the replay. If you've done and currently do LinkedIn polls, drop an I have. If you've never done one, drop I have not. And I'm going to explain to you my theory and my reasoning of why I do 2 market research polls every single week. So Nancy says she is not. Okay. Sarah says she is not. Now, what I can tell you is that you should be doing. Now, I know everyone's, first I want to just put this out there. I know everyone's feeling about LinkedIn polls. Rania has, good. That's a good client right there. I know people's feelings about LinkedIn polls. They think they're spammy, they're unnecessary, they're too often, there's too much. Listen, certain aspects of that, I completely agree. The way that some people are using LinkedIn polls, I think it's egregious. I think it's unnecessary. I think it's spammy and salesy and not necessary. When someone says, Are you a coffee drinker? Yes or no? That's not market research for someone's business. Now, if they do own maybe a coffee beanery, that's relevant. But if it's just an everyday person that's looking for just spam engagement, I don't think that is what LinkedIn polls are for. Now, the way that you want to use LinkedIn polls, and this is the mindset shift that I want you to all have. Write down some familiarities or commonalities of the people that you work with, or some pain points, some gaps and holes, as we talked about with the value-added commentary, right? So I asked a poll question on Saturday, and it was relevant to entrepreneurship. I said, how do you digest your personal development? Physical books, audiobooks, podcasts, others, comment below. That's very relevant. So I had, 50, 60 votes already. Bunch of comments because people, say they get it other different ways. But that tells me about who's into personal development. Prior to that, I asked a poll question relevant to what they feel they needed to do more on LinkedIn. Network more, message more, produce more content. Whatever that top answer is, I don't care if it's 1 vote or 2 votes. If there's more people voting for one than the other, that's telling me there's a growing pain point within my demographic and my market, which means people are telling me, Scott, here's what I'm struggling with. Here's what my problems are. Here's what I need help with. Help me. So what can you do? Now you can take the results from that market research poll and you can create value-added content. And that could be you doing a native video addressing the poll. You could do a LinkedIn Live, which is what I do, addressing the poll. You can do an article or a newsletter addressing the poll, or even just a regular post. So the way that you have to start thinking about polls allow you to get into the minds and the hearts of the people that you could help most. And Ferlin says, what is market research post? A market research post is a poll, a question. So you want to get market research for people that you can help, that you can provide value for. Ask them what they're struggling with. So again, I do LinkedIn consulting and coaching. So a simple one for me, I can do a poll later this week saying, what are you struggling most with on LinkedIn? Number 1, getting people to respond to your message. Number 2, creating engaging content. Number 3, optimizing my profile. Number 4, other, comment below. Oh, thank you, Ferlin. She started reading my book. Awesome. You'll enjoy it. It paints a lot of the picture for you. And I have a new book coming out next month. It's actually the second edition to my first book. It's called The LinkedIn Book for Sales and Marketing. So it's going to be awesome. You guys are going to love it. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. So you need to think about when I'm doing a poll, it's for strictly market research. I want to find out what people are struggling with, what they need help with, what I can assist them with. And the only way to find that out is to ask questions, because when you ask questions, you get answers. And that's why LinkedIn polls are so powerful, because they allow you to do that. So again, these are the 3 things that you should not focus on and the 3 things that you should focus on. So remember, stop focusing on the vanity metrics. Stop focusing on the mass connecting. Stop focusing on the mass engaging, but do focus on producing value-added content. Focus on building a thriving network and focus on that market research. Now, I would love to hear from all of you. Drop into the comments below. Let me know, what was your biggest takeaway from today's training? Drop in the comments below. Again, it's not too late. Our 3-day free simple content creation workshop is happening next Monday through Wednesday. Monday, live and recorded. Tuesday, live and recorded. Wednesday, live and recorded. Every registrant gets a free workbook from us, access to a free LinkedIn, a free Facebook community, access to the replays, and it's Monday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday, 8 to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Wednesday, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So leave your biggest takeaway below. If you would like to sign up, drop an I do. Love and gratitude to each and every one of you that tuned in today. If you're on the replay, don't forget to say hi, and I will talk to everyone next time. Bye, everyone.